a special review of India, the victory, draw. I'm going to say victory then, but it was nearly a victory against Australia this early hours of the morning, and for me, and it was amazing performance by Team India under all the adversity that they've had, not just through the Test match, but before the Test match. And today we're going to share our views. Got a special panel today. Nearly more people from the UK than India for the first time. And our first woman on the show, which I am so happy about. Debbie, how are you, Debbie?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I am good. I'm all the better having you on here. I know you're representing Pakistan as well.
Yeah, I am.
But we've got you as a Ravi Jadeja specialist. So everything about Ravi Jadeja, Debs knows about.
Big fan. It's brilliant.
And we've got welcome back to Vinay. Vinay, haven't been on a while. You've been busy working away. How are you?
Yeah, good. Doing good, thanks, Andy. Yeah, it's good to be back into a few of these sessions, and it's nice to see everyone again.
Brilliant. And we've got our special Sri Lankan guest today, Sarath. Sarath, how are you?
Oh, well, thank you very much. Happy to join you. It was an excellent day of Test cricket today. I mean, this entire series has been absolutely brilliant. Although I'm no Indian or Australian, but I've been enjoying watching cricket. This is amazing. There's a great advertisement for Test cricket.
Brilliant. And that's one of the things that we probably will chat later about 5-day Test matches, the big debate. Everything should be 4 days, but this is just the perfect advert for a 5-day game. And we've got our resident Samrud. Samrud, how you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fine. Really proud of my team. Very happy and very excited to do the review on this match. And hopefully India can win the final Test match as well, which will be difficult in Brisbane.
Brilliant. And also our resident from Tamil Nadu, we've got Dinesh. Dinesh, how are you doing?
I'm doing so good. So I started the day with a doubt if India could actually manage to draw the match at least, and going to sleep with a full smile on my face.
That's good. It's all important. It's all about sleep. And behind the scenes, as usual, we've got Rishabh. Rishabh, how are you?
I am good. Thank you so much.
Wow, wicked. So if you haven't heard, India saved the Test match. It was like a victory. In one word, Debbie, your today the performance of India. One word. Can you sum up India's performance?
One word. I think it's pretty outstanding, actually. I have to say, I was not expecting to see that when I woke up. I didn't stay awake. I watched the first session, then went to sleep, and was tempted to look at 5 o'clock in the morning, but didn't. I wasn't expecting to see a draw or a cat coming across the street.
We always welcome cats as well. And Vinay, your summary of the India?
Yeah, as in one word, gutsy. I feel is the right word in terms of their temperament and concentration to hold out for the draw. We really saw a really good gutsy performance from Ashwin and Vihari, right? Yeah.
Wow. And for you, Samrud, what was your one word?
One word, I will say revenge. But from a batting point of view, since everything was going on and everything that was going around with the Indian team, the spectators, the racial abuse and everything was going on, I think India did the right thing. They gave it back with the bat, and very proud of Hanuma Vihari as well. We were, like you, even I was very much, against him, why India were picking Hanuma Vihari at this stage, but really proud of Hanuma Vihari, Ravichandran Ashwin as well. Both were injured, and they showed great guts and resilience at the wicket, and very proud of them.
And Sarath, I know you were very happy that India won, and what was the feeling after the game once they drawed?
Yes, it was outstanding. The gritty performance by the Indians. When the skipper got out this morning, very few people thought that India can save this game. But Rishabh Pant, he played a magnificent innings. It was one of the best innings that I have seen. I saw his batting in patches because I was away at the beach in the morning. But absolutely brilliant performance. And I think that this will stand very well for them when they go to Gavasker. They will be able to perform and perhaps score the series, or win the game, and then take this border Gavasker trophy back to India.
Yeah, and that's probably what we all now want after following some of the stuff that went on today, and we'll discuss that slightly later. And Yeah, I think a lot of the mood in the country, especially in England, it's usually around 60-40, 70-30 India, but I think now it's going to probably be 90 or 95% people wanted to win, India to win, or at least take the trophy back home. And Dinesh, for you, what was the main feeling of after the match?
Resolute and resilience is what I would call this day of cricket to be. And the Indians have actually proven a strong point on why they're actually in contention for the Test championship. So a strong point made by Indian team, and Indians are no more the subcontinent bullies. So I mean, Indians are capable of winning any trophy at any soil, or at least they would actually put up a strong show, a strong fight in any soil, beat any playing 11 given with. So resolute and resilient is what I call the team to be.
Brilliant, brilliant, and yeah, and that's it's amazing because I say everyone that I was speaking to, we were going to talk about predictions, we were going to talk about things that are happening. Not one person thought realistically India would survive. I know, Samrud, I think it was you who put it on the group that was saying, "Oh, let's see what Vihari does," and I know you put that down, and I kind of laughed it off. But Hanuman Vihari, you know, that's amazing performance. I think he's got the record of the highest number of deliveries to get to 10. So that was one of the beauties I had. Okay, Deb, straight to you. Your highlight of the 5 days. What was your probably one thing that you say, yeah, this was what was the best thing?
Unlike some of you here, obviously I'm quite a fan of Rishabh Pant. I saw him make his debut at Trent Bridge when he hit a 6 from his very first ball in international cricket. Wow. So I think his innings has to be the highlight. And just a shame he didn't get that extra 3, really. Yeah, I great player. I'm glad to see him fulfill his potential.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And for you, Vinay, your highlight of the 5 days?
Up until the point where Jadeja got injured, I really liked, I mean, he's an outstanding player for India, but he was the game changer in terms of the first innings picking up the wickets and with the bat as well. So outside of Rishabh Pant, I think I have 2 actually. There's Jadeja, but I really liked how Ashwin batted today in this second innings. The gutsy performance he pulled off, and the amount of stick he took from Payne and Wade and Labuschagne around him and everything. You know, it was incredible concentration. So we saw 2 different extremes there. One batting under immense pressure to really see out the draw, but then Jadeja setting the tone, taking the wickets in the first innings.
And that's an interesting point there, because everybody was expecting this wicket to turn a lot, and they thought, okay, it's going to be Lyon versus Ashwin. But in fact, if you look at the whole spinners situation, it was Jadeja. And had Jadeja played in the third innings and bowled in the third innings, it would have been different. It would have been a totally different game, and I did point that out. And welcome from New Delhi. We've got Saksham. Saksham, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good to have you on board. And what was your highlight of the game?
I actually had 2 highlights. The first one was Vihari's innings, and the second one was, according to me, Ashwin, obviously. Why I would say Ashwin's inning, I think Ashwin has tackled Lyon the best, you know, among the series. I've never seen anyone so comfortable against Lyon, you know, even when I saw Ajinkya Rahane, Virat Kohli for that matter, but you know, he has played him the best, you know, even I would say, because here the one thing which I noticed about Ashwin was players tend to go you know, at back foot playing Nathan Lyon, but he was there front foot, full foot stride, and giving it a solid defense. That actually, you know, you're not taking a run, but that is a statement you're giving to the bowler that I am playing you well, then how you played me. He got you know, Nathan Lyon out in the first innings as well. So there is something about spinner versus spinner. You know, there is not much about fast bowlers versus fast bowlers, but there is something about spinners against spinners. And the second one was Vihari's. Why I would say Vihari? Because, you know, he was fighting for his place. He was fighting, you know, to keep. If he hadn't scored in this match the way he did, or I would say survived, then I don't see him playing anytime in the future. but now he has done enough to find his place in the team, and that is something I was looking forward to. And I mentioned that on the group as well, to not write him off, because I have seen him how solid he is with his defense and everything. I'm just looking forward to the same sort of character in Gaba as well, and just break the winning streak of Australia there for the last 30 years or so.
Wow. And that's what, that would be absolutely amazing. And I think the confidence that India can come through, because with all the injuries that they received, the bad publicity before the game and during the game, the Australians are now going to have something to answer for. And welcome to Tom. Tom, how are you doing? Long time no see.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Okay.
Good. And your highlight of the 5 days? I don't know if you watched some of it or what. What was your highlight?
Yeah, I only managed to watch the up to lunchtime sessions, so I didn't see the afternoon stuff live. I think the India whole squad should take a lot of credit, because they've been hammered with injuries. Kohli obviously not available. They had a terrible batting collapse in the first Test match. So to have rallied and to have steadied the ship and wrestle the initiative away from Australia on home territory for the Aussies, I think is a tremendous collective effort. I do think one little strategic decision that the captain and coach made to promote Pant up the order yesterday was quite significant, because it did mean, albeit initially it didn't look as though it was going to pay off, but he took the attack to Lyon, and that actually turned the momentum into India's favour in that session. So that would be my summary.
Yes, and that's one of the things that we said after the first or the second India's first innings, is when the ball was 35-40 overs old, why did they put Pujara and Vihari together when they had Rishabh Pant, who could have easily faced 20 overs with the older ball, and he could have been more destructive, and that would have made that 100 lead that Australia had a lot less. So that was one of the things. Going to Samrat, Navdeep Saini, what do you make of his actual debut? That was one of the big decisions that people were debating prior to the match.
Yeah, I still remember the last time we did a fan zoom. I think we were discussing it has to be either Navdeep Saini or Natarajan. Me being a Sunriser fan, I wanted Natarajan to play, but I think Navdeep Saini did well, even though he was lacking in his rhythm a bit. I mean, he wasn't bowling to his full potential as well. He had the pace, but he still got the wickets, and I was really impressed to him. And I think the Gaba wicket will definitely suit Navdeep Saini's style of play, and hopefully we can expect better things from Navdeep Saini in the next Test match. And India might also want to play four fast bowlers as well in the next Test match, given the nature of the Gaba wicket. So you might even see Natarajan coming in as well for the next match.
As we all know, Samruddh is a massive Natarajan fan. So hopefully, as I say, a left armour for India, that will be a big thing. Up to you, Dinesh. Ravichandran Ashwin, your favourite topic. I know we've got a love-hate relationship with him being Royals fans. He came up good not with the ball, with the bat.
Yes, it's a surprise package for many, but I have actually a strong regards for Ravichandran Ashwin, because I've been following right from his Ranji Trophy, where he's actually a reliable batsman. Not many occasions in international standards has he risen up, but he has got 400s in his name. That's something that you can really flaunt about. So, since Jadeja was someone who's actually a contender for an all-rounder, Ravichandran Ashwin was someone who's actually less talked about. So today he just turned out to be the game changer after Rishabh Pant's dismissal. So with someone like Jadeja with a fractured arm, sitting in the pavilion, and Ashwin had been promoted up the order, and he having the need to face around 120, 130 deliveries. That's absolute brilliance. That's sheer brilliance. So when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So that's the phrase that I want to relate it to here. So it was really a hard time.
Yeah, that's really good. And the fact is, if you see the images of Ashwin with the chest guard and the bruise that he had on his stomach, and also
he had a back support as well.
Yeah, his back support. His wife wrote something on.
I have a question. You can ask it.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we need to give a lot of credit to Indian domestic system as well? Because we praise the IPL a lot for giving so many young players in the T20 and the one-day format like Shreyas and many others. I think it's high time that we need to give a lot of credit to Indian domestic trophy as well, the Ranji trophy as well. You got a gem of a player in Hanuma Vihari now, I think, who's come through the first-class ranks as well, playing a lot of domestic cricket on the listed tours, and we got a gem of a player now, and look what he did today. I think we need to give a lot of credit to Indian domestic system as well. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and again, the domestic game in India is strong because the amount of players that they can have. If you compare it to the UK, we have a lot of counties, but we don't have the players that to fill the quality of players, whereas India have the quality of the players. And if you look at the Shahid Ali Mushtaq Trophy that's going on in India now, you can see a lot of the players coming through. Sarat, quickly to yourself, Ajinkya Rahana's captaincy, what did he get right?
Come again, please. I didn't hear that properly.
Ajinkya Rahane's captaincy?
Well, that's been outstanding. He did so well in the previous test, and his field placements, his bowling, and apart from that, he's very cool. You can see the way he gets about. So it has been outstanding. After Virat left the scene, people thought how the standing captain is going to perform, but he has come out very well. So I think they can go to Queensland and face the Australians and give them a good run. One of the things that I want to also add is that this afternoon, the Vihari and Ravichandra Ashwin, they had to face some torrid spells of bowling from three of the best bowlers in the world, and then the spinner. So the way they went about, it was outstanding. So it is very good for the Indian cricket as well as to the cricket in our region, in Asian region.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. And none of us have spoken about Pujara, and that's another big topic that we could spend hours talking about, because the amount of grief and the amount of abuse he got on the social media following the first innings was absolutely horrendous, because he played to the situation. I think what India did get wrong there, they should have put Pant in instead of Vihari, and then they would have had the 20 overs, and that would have reduced that. But Pujara back into form, 70 runs, going into the next thingy. And the one thing that India have done, which no other team has seemed to do with this Australian pace attack, is they got them down to the 5th day. That basically means the workload of the Australian bowlers, they will start thinking, shit. Oh, sorry, shouldn't use that word. But yeah, do we have to rest one of their 3 main strike bowlers? And that will definitely benefit. I want to ask you one question, one word again. Okay, the big debate today. Steve Smith, if you haven't seen what he did, scratch the wicket of Rishabh Pant. Debbie, cheating or sportsmanship? One word.
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Vinay?
I would say cheating.
Cheating. Samrad?
Yeah, same. I think cheating. I was shocked to see. I was shocked to see that kind of behavior from a player who was on the mat a couple of years ago. So we don't expect this kind of thing, and so disappointing.
Yeah, cool. Samrad?
Definitely cheating. It was not accepted from Steve Smith. But one thing is that people are also targeting David Warner for it, which he hasn't done anything wrong. I'm also wearing a shirt because of that. David Warner shirt. People have been unnecessarily targeting David Warner for that. They have been combining Steve Smith and David Warner and creating a whole lot of things on the social media. David Warner did nothing wrong today, and hopefully that does not come on Warner.
Get over it. Get over it.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Cheating? Same old lorries are always cheating?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we say that.
That's more than one word, but yes.
Cool. Saksham?
There are a couple of points which I pointed out in the group as well, that what could be his mindset behind doing that. But there is one more thing which I want to add. Within the rules, there is nothing that we can question Steve Smith on, because according to ICC, what I read, he is liable to be questioned only if he had, entered into the danger zone, which was like 2 to 4 meters away. So if a batsman enters into the danger zone using his spikes, then he is liable to be, questioned. But he has not done something to be questioned. But yet again, it is a gentleman's game. It has to be played that way. And also, for that matter, if he is doing what do you call, trying to see how he's batting, he shouldn't have, scratch the pitch. That is something I do not accept from someone like Steve Smith, because who himself has cried on the media and whatnot. So I cannot expect someone like him, with the image Australia has on stake. I do not expect these things from someone who is number one right now in Test cricket.
Cool.
Can I add? This afternoon I phoned the umpire who is going to stand in goal for the Sri Lanka versus England, and he said, "Yeah, look, it's not done, but as umpires they can't do anything." Just to let you know that this kind of thing is not acceptable at all at the international stage, particularly in a game like this. On the fifth day, when the wicket was is in getting damage to the passage of play. So anyway, now let's move on to the Friday. I believe that the final test is on, or the fourth test is on this Friday, starting. When is
yes.
it?
Yes. And what we'll now do is have a quick preview of the next test match. Dinesh, any changes? Any changes to Team India?
Yeah, no, I would like to go with the same team, but yeah, we are forced to change. I mean, the injured people, actually. We've got injuries going, increasing day by day, match by match. So you are forced to bring in a bowler in the place of Ravindra Jadeja. I think he's been ruled out. So I would like to see Natarajan, a forced change. You've got no one else than Natarajan or Shardul Thakur. So it's going to be Natarajan only for the fact that he's a lefty. And if Hanuma Vihari is not going to be fit, then the only option I could think of is bring in Mayank Agarwal. Yet again a forced change. So other than these two, I don't think. In post-match presentation, Ajinkya Rahane made a point that Rishabh Pant is doing well. He's just been suffering from a bruise. So I don't think there will be a change in terms of wicket keeping. So it's going to be Natarajan coming in for the injured Ravindra Jadeja, and Mayank Agarwal or maybe Saha. I mean, these both are the forced changes. I don't have much of the options left out here. So if it's going to be middle order, it's going to be Saha. If you're going to think about being in the top order, then it's going to be Mayank Agarwal.
No, and that seems to be. And Debbie, what's your views? Any changes? And are you sad that Ravindra Jadeja is not going to be playing?
I'm always sad when Jadeja's not playing. I'd have him in. I can't understand why he's not in every single team. I really can't. Apart from the fact when he was in England, he did actually spend most of his time in the field, but that's besides the point. Yeah. Would you not change your keeper? I mean, is Pant capable of fielding? He's a bit chunky, it has to be said.
He likes his food. He likes the bill. He likes others to play the bill for him, so that's why
he wouldn't go missing a Pakistan team, I have to say, with his shape. But would you not have the better keeper and have him just as a fielder?
It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one, and as I say, the thing is getting that extra batsman in now. And I say Samrud has said Saha as the extra batsman. Haven't you, Samrud?
Yeah.
Actually, my team will be like this. I would bring back Mayank Agarwal to open with Rohit Sharma. I would push Shubman Gill to number 4, number 5 Ajinkya Rahane, number 6 Rishabh Pant, number 7 Wriddhiman Saha. I would retain the same set of bowlers because if you look at the series, bowling has never been a problem for India in this series, and Gabba is probably one of the fastest pitches in the world, and Australia haven't lost there for years together now. Australia have always done well, and they have around 75-80% win percentage now in Gabba. So I would want to play that extra batsman instead of bringing in an extra bowler. Although I have been saying this, I want to see Natarajan on the field, but for India's sake, I think they should play an extra batsman rather than bringing in an extra bowler for the last test match.
Cool. And Vinay, Kuldeep Yadav, would you put Kuldeep Yadav in and keep the 2 spinners in there, which rotates the 3 the quickies, or would you go for an extra fast bowler?
Yeah, look, I think you read my mind because I was going to talk. No one's talked about
Sorry.
Kuldeep yet, and you know I'm very kind of big on spin bowling. I think with the Gabba pitch, everyone's talking about the pace on it, but I still think there's room for a second spinner. That's my personal view. I think you could go Kuldeep, but I think the main thing is about the batting because bowling's not been getting the wickets has not been an issue. Whether they decide to go with Kuldeep or it's one of those Kuldeep or Natarajan is down to the selection. But I think the batting is going to be critical. Like in the top order, would you go with Saha and Pant? Yeah, sometimes England go with Bairstow and Butler in the same team, so there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's one of those Agarwal. I just opening. I'm not sure. That's just the only kind of. I
want to make a point on David Warner here. Do you guys think
Warner,
playing David Warner is a good option because he's not even 50 to 60% fit, and like I said in the last Fanzoom as well, he's always someone who gives 120% on the field. Do you want to risk David Warner at this stage? You know, this injury could be a really career-threatening one for him in the future as well. So may not risk David Warner. If I was in the Australian team, I would have actually rested David Warner because we Sunrisers fans, we definitely want to see him in the IPL. We don't want him to miss out on
David Warner. Should he play? Yes or no?
I just need to put my glasses on just to make sure that I can see who it is who's talking there. Because is he related to David Warner or what?
Yeah, I'm wearing the shirt as well.
No chance. Don't give him an inch. If he's injured, let him play. Let him hurt himself a bit more.
We want him in the Sunrisers camp. We don't want him to get injured.
Yeah,
you're on the wrong fan group, mate.
And again, as I say, it's one that people have different opinions on. Dinesh, any changes you expect from Australia?
Australians, I think they're pretty much good with the current team. I think having a head outside the playing 11 was actually a good move to accommodate David Warner. But still, on paper, they look good. But the only fact is that, Indians have actually outplayed in the last day. Till the fourth day, if you ask me, the Australian 11 were actually doing very well, better than what India did. So except the last day, the last two sessions, Australians were pretty much having the upper hand. So I don't think there is any need for Australians to change the playing 11 since everyone has got their own capability and they've made they've proved a strong point in the previous matches as well. I don't think there can be any change. In the playing 11, they actually did well in today's game. So possibly the same combination would actually work out. The only person who was not doing fine was Green, but even Cameron Green had a good 84 in his last batting innings. So I don't think there would be any need for a change in playing 11, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I hope they don't change the team because I reckon they'll be knackered. Tom, final question before we go to our predictions.
Well, I would suggest dropping Warner, Smith, and Labuschagne, and then whoever else they've got, bring in.
Brilliant, and that's bring out as the vital question. David, what's going to happen? Win, draw, or defeat? Who's going to win the next Test match and why? Quick one.
I think the venue is going to have a lot to say about it. I think the Australians are probably rattled. I think Payne was an example of that, but hard to see past Australia. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so Australia, Vinay?
Yeah, look, I hope India win the toss and go into bat and get Australia to bowl again and really kind of tire them out because they're not going to have big recovery time. But I'm going to go for an India win and take the series.
Cool. Sam?
Yeah, I hope India will perform very well, continuing the performance today. And India has the edge.
Yeah, India. And Sam?
Definitely India. I'm backing India to come on and get the victory, and hopefully they have a good momentum on their side now. Hopefully they can continue that and recreate history by beating Australia at Gabba, which would be historic, and also the series win.
Dinesh, India, draw or win?
India all the way. Even in the worst case, India will be retaining the Border Gavasker trophy just because of the very fact that Ajinkya Rahane had hinted in today's post-match presentation that he had got plenty of lessons from this match. So hopefully that pays off into the next match, I believe.
And Saksham?
I have 2 points to make. The second one will be the prediction. I have something on selection as well. I would say, Pant has done enough to retain his place as complete batsman. So India would tend to play Saha as a wicketkeeper because of his skills, and they will, retain Pant as a complete batsman. But they will definitely would look to play Mayank Agarwal to open the innings. And one more thing, you cannot play 5 bowlers at Gaba. It is a suicide, for India if they do. So I'm pretty much sure they're going to go with the same bowling. Only 2 changes I'm expecting there. The next thing is, and the prediction one, I'm backing India to win it. Why? Because today Australia has bowled 132 overs with all their premium bowlers bowling around 26 overs. So they are tired. They have one day, they have a flight, and then they have just one day of practice. So if India wins the toss, they go to bat. So it is going to be a nightmare for bowlers again, going to start from there they ended. So I'm backing India to win it.
And Tom, who's going to win?
India.
India. So we've got a majority of saying India going to win. Hopefully this will happen. Thank you for joining us. What a wonderful guys. Thank you.